Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos. If you find yourself inspired, join my channel. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. So, hi, everyone. I have tried so hard to be inspired, and I will say it has been a challenge, but I have been inspired by many of you. And I have a few items that I would like to share with you today that I have made as a result of being inspired by fellow content creators and Yarny friends. It is such a blessing to be able to see you guys create and to share the things that you are making. And that goes a long way. You just don't know how it can warm a heart and uplift spirits for someone who really, really needs it. And I really have needed it lately. So I'm going to share with you some things I've made. I'm going to do some shout outs to some fellow content creators. And if you have not checked out their channels yet, or you're not aware of them, then what I would like for you to do is go over and check them out, please. Check out their channels. And if you haven't subscribed to them yet, please go ahead and do so and just see what they are up to. I don't think that you will be disappointed at all, as again, you will see the things that I am going to show you are just beautiful and just so creative. And I think that it will help you to also be inspired and be creative. All right. So now, before we get into the things that I have made, what am I wearing? So I am wearing this beautiful scarf, and this is the Carrie keyhole scarf. And this was designed by and made by none other than cousin Angie over at Love in Every Stitch by Ruby Baby. She is just awesome. And I would try to sing it, but I don't think I would do it justice right now. But in any case, please go and check out her channel. She is just so creative and her designs are just so beautiful. And she makes them for sale, but she also has the patterns available for sale if you would like to make them for yourself. Please go and check her out. I will put a link to her channel in the description box below. That way it'll be easy for you to find. Okay. So that's Cousin Angie over at Love in Every Stitch by Ruby Baby. All right. Okay. So let's get into some of the things that I have made. Now, these things are not in any given order. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of choose them kind of randomly. Okay. All right, so the first thing is going to be this. All right, so this is a beautiful beanie, and this is called the Crochet. Now, this is just an awesome lacy mesh style beanie. It is very easy to do, and it is made by none other than Sis Marcel over at One Virtuous Woman, and she goes by OBW. She is just beautiful inside and out. If you have not checked out her channel yet, what are you waiting for? Please go ahead, check out her channel, subscribe. She is very inspiring, and you just I'm just inspired and just in awe at all of the beautiful things that she does. She is just multi-talented and just beautiful. Okay, so please go and check her out. Now, this particular um, beanie pattern, she did a crochet along, and she did this beautiful pattern a couple months ago, I think, maybe a month or so ago. And I just think that it is a beautiful design. It was very easy to do. She walks you through it, and I finished mine in no time. So please go and check it out. Now, the yarn that I used for this is just yarn, and the color is called eggplant. Okay, so a beautiful one, and it doesn't use a lot of yarn. So it's a very lightweight beanie, and it is beautiful. Okay. So it's called the Crochet. All right. Okay. So the next thing is another beanie. And this beanie, I happen to be seeing a few short videos. And this was a series of short videos and just beautiful. I kept seeing these beautiful beanies that were being made, and I thought, wow, that's just awesome. And this is by none other than Gigi over at Gigi the Crochet Queen. So this is called, um, let's see, this is called the Hearts Beanie. Okay. And I thought, wow, that is just beautiful. Okay, she's done several of these in different colorways, and she's varied the colors, varied the rows, and all of that, and they all are just beautiful. So when she came out with a tutorial on how she did this one particular element of the beanie, I looked at it and I thought, you know what? I'm inspired. I'm going to go ahead and make one. So I grabbed my yarn and I got to working on it. All right. What yarns did I choose? Okay. So the yarns that I chose were Big Twist. Okay. So I chose Big Twist in gray and in mulberry. So these are the two colors that I chose. And I think, and they're twinkle. Okay. The twinkle, Big Twist twinkle. And I thought these are just great. I'm going to do it. All right. So let's take a look at the beanie. Here it is. Okay. This is just a beautiful design. And like I said, she was showing these on her channel as video shorts. And I just thought, I love it. I just love it. So I had to go ahead and make it. And here it is. Isn't that beautiful? All right. So again, if you haven't checked it out, she has a tutorial on how to do this portion. And then she also has the pattern available for sale on Etsy, I believe. Okay. So I will put the link to her tutorial down in the description box below. And please go and check her out. She does awesome tutorials. She does crochet alongs, and you can just, kind of do the pattern that they're working on at the time, or you can go ahead and just work on your own project while you're sharing with her on her channel. Okay. She is just awesome inside and out, and you won't be disappointed. Okay. All right. Gigi, the Crochet Queen. All right. Now, I know that in a previous video, I shared with you guys an idea for the bean soup, right? And I was working on a doily. Well, I finished it. So I'd like to show you the update on my beautiful doily. Here it is. It turned out great, I think. I love the way it turned out. Now, I added about 2.5 centimeters to the edge all the way around, which is about 1 inch all the way around, right? And then I added on to the pattern because the pattern ended like here, but I added on to it because I just thought it needed to be a little bit wider. All right. And then I did my own edging for it. So I love it. What do you guys think? All right. Now, for the details on this particular item, check out my last video, and I gave all the details there for this one. Okay. But I wanted to share with you, I did finish it. I love it. And yeah. Okay. The next one is going to be here. Okay. So my YouTube bestie, Jeanette, over at DOY Creations and DOY Life. She recently put out a beautiful tutorial on making a notions pouch, and she made some beautiful ones with marled yarn, and just they came out just great. Well, I didn't have any marled yarn at the time, but I did have some yarn that I wanted to do something with and couldn't figure out what I was going to do with it. And that is this. Does this label look familiar to any of you guys? No? Well, in addition to needle knitting, I also have several knitting machines. And for many of us who have knitting machines, when you purchase them, they give you some yarn with the machine, okay? And many of the yarns are with this label on it. Well, for mine, it came with a worsted weight, a sport weight, and a chunky weight. All right. So I saw them, but I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I didn't feel like the amount that they gave in the machine kit was enough to make a beanie or anything. So I didn't want to waste the yarn. So I put it over to the side and thought I'll figure out something to do with it at a later date. And when you know it, Jeanette came up with a beautiful pattern idea and it was perfect for the yarn that I had. So I chose the chunky yarn and that's what I use. Okay, so Jeanette's idea was a beautiful notions pouch. All right, so I want to show you the one that I did because I did something a little bit different from what she did, and that was this. All right. So I wanted a little texture because I didn't have the beautiful marled yarn that she had. So I provided the texture by going in the back loops. All right. And I think it turned out so beautiful. Jeanette's tutorial is perfect. It is very easy to follow and the measurements are great. Everything is just great on it. So you need to check out Jeanette over at DOY Creations and at DOY Life. She has two channels and they're both awesome. So please check them out. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. All right, now you may notice that I didn't add a button on it, and that's okay. I will find a button that'll go on it and I will put one on there. So what I did instead was I held mine closed with this beautiful stitch marker. And this stitch marker was handcrafted by none other than Aisha over at Aisha's Handmade Items. Aisha is also multi-talented. So if you haven't checked her out, you need to go and check her out. She does a lot of different crafts, just multi-talented. So yes, go and check her out. All right. So yes, so I went ahead and made this beautiful pouch and then I sent a photo of it over to Jeanette and said, look at what I did with your beautiful tutorial. I did a little bit of a departure. I hope you don't mind. And you know what? She was excited. And so I'm just so happy. All right. So now Jeanette, once again, oh my gosh, she just is just full of inspiration and she's coming out with new inspiring projects every day. So please go and check her out also. And like I said, you won't be disappointed. Okay. This is a tutorial. It is available now for you to go and follow it and make a beautiful notion pouch for yourself or for a loved one. Okay. All right. Okay. So next, let's see. Okay. So the next one is I took a look at Z over at Zelda NRJ3. She was doing a pattern test and she talked about the pattern that she had tested and how she kind of got through it. And she made several, and I thought that was awesome because I tend to do that as well. Um, and the pattern that she tested was for a relatively new content creator. All right. And the channel is called Rika Life. Okay, so she's a relatively new channel, has some beautiful designs, and she has a wonderful eye for color and just awesome things that she has made. So very, very talented. And so Z worked on the hat, and I just thought, that's beautiful. And Z has some other things as well. Like she has her own hat pattern that she has worked on, which I still have to go ahead and try to make. But this particular one just caught my eye, and I thought, yes, I have to make it. All right. So I grabbed some yarn, but this is what I did. So now I believe the pattern that she came up with was something that you could use multiple yarns for, right, to get the beautiful color work. However, I really didn't want to do that if possible, so I used a self-patterning, self-striping yarn. And Z did the same thing with hers. And I saw the results and thought, yes, I think I can do that. So I grabbed some yarn. Now, the yarn that I chose was called Impeccable Speckle Stripes. Okay. And this one is called Grassy. Okay. So it's got some greens, different color greens, and some yellows. And it's a beautiful colorway. Um, and it throws in a little bit of speckles, but it also has this striping effect that also is there. And as you saw, I got mine on sale for $2. This originally ran for $4.99. I've had it for a while. When I got it, it was on clearance for $2. Um, it's a 4 weight, and it comes as 160 yards or 146 meters, which also is 3 ounces or 85 grams. Okay. And so I followed the tutorial that she put out, and it was very easy to follow. Now, I did make adjustments to mine, and my adjustments are kind of similar to what Z did, but not exactly. All right. Because I wanted mine to be a little bit longer than the original pattern called for. But I love it. I think it came out great. And I have also sent a photo over of this particular finished um, beanie to the content creator. And I want you guys to go and check her out, right? Her name is Shanrika, and her channel is called Rika Life. Okay. All right. So here is my beautiful beanie. Isn't that beautiful? Now, this yarn, I do understand, I think, why it was on clearance. And as you see here, I had kind of a change in this color here. And that's because there was a knot in it. And when they reattached it to a new skein, they didn't pay attention to where it ended. But that's okay because I like the effect of it in this particular pattern. It doesn't bother me at all. And I think that it came out great. Now, with this, I did change it a little bit, okay? So I have a longer portion here, I have a longer portion here, all right? And a little bit longer portion here. And that's because I wanted it to be just a tad longer than the original pattern called for. And the beautiful thing about it is the pattern is amenable to those adjustments, and you still get a beautiful finished product. Okay. So, yes, I want to say thank you so much, Z, for that inspiration. And thank you so much, Chandrika, for your beautiful beanie pattern and tutorial that was so easy to follow. So, please go and check both of them out. They are also multi-talented and just awesome. And you guys will not be disappointed. Okay. All right. Okay, so last but not least, this pattern that I'm going to show you that I finished, I was watching my yarny bestie, Priscilla, over at Distinctive Crochet. And before I get into all of that, I want to say congratulations to Priscilla because she has just reached her 3K milestone. And I'm so, so very happy for her for reaching the milestone. And I know that she's going to continue to reach more milestones. She is just so multi-talented and just has such a giving heart and everything. And she is just awesome. Okay. So if you have not checked out her channel yet, What are you waiting for? You need to go ahead and subscribe. Just because she reached one milestone doesn't mean that she doesn't need more. Okay. So please go over and check her out. All right. So I happened to be watching one of her recent videos, and she had gone ahead and tested a pattern for an awesome content creator that is just so full of energy and so full of inspiration. And her channel is Lady Simone, the Lady of Crochet. You have to check her out, guys. She is just awesome. And so Priscilla tested out a pattern for a beautiful amigurumi love plush. And the whole concept behind the love plush is just awesome. And you can't help but say, oh my gosh, it's just so adorable when you see them. Now, she has just made so many different variations of this beautiful love plush. You have to go over to Lady Simone, go check out her channel, and you will see all the beautiful designs. She has some shorts, she has some longer videos, and they're all just great. Okay. And like I said, go ahead and subscribe to their channels. Okay. Set those notifications to all so that whenever they upload a video, you will be available and ready to see them. Okay. So, Priscilla did the Love Flash. She actually did a giveaway. I happened to see the beautiful pattern. I had been seeing her Love Plushes before, but she didn't have it out as a pattern yet. And so when I saw that she finally had it as a pattern, I rushed over and purchased the pattern. Well, I did all of that before I saw Priscilla's video. And then when I saw her video, I thought, oh, wow, okay, she actually did a giveaway. And that is just awesome. So I had already purchased a pattern and I was so inspired. I saw Priscilla's video. She had gone ahead and made hers using a different type of yarn. And I thought, great, because I didn't have the yarn that was used in the original pattern, but I did have something else that I could improvise with. And thank you so much, Priscilla, for showing that it also could come out really beautiful with a different type of yarn, because that's what I did. So the yarns that I chose were Wool Ease Thick and Quick, and I used actually scraps from previous projects. So this is the one I chose. And again, I got this one on clearance. It was regularly $7.99 and I got it for $3.97. Okay. And this one is called Spiced Apple. Okay. So it is a beautiful colorway. And then I paired it with Hometown yarn, and I paired it with this. Okay. And this colorway is called Tweed, Key Largo Tweed. Okay. So these two I put together. All right. And I just think that my love plush is just so adorable. I hope that you guys agree. Would you like to see it? Here it is. And I just think, oh my gosh, it's just so adorable. Now, the thing about this beautiful love plush is you can kind of make it your own, and each one is going to have a different character. So there are just so many different ways that you can make it. And yes, so mine actually has the eyes that are a little bit wider, and maybe one is not exactly at the same point that the other one is, but you know what? It's still lovable and still adorable. And I want to say thank you so much to Lady Simone, the Lady of Crochet, for this awesome, awesome pattern. And thank you so much, Priscilla, for going ahead and testing it out. Just beautiful. If you haven't checked out either of their videos yet or their channels, please go ahead, check them out. You won't be disappointed, guys. You really, really won't. Okay. All right. So those are the things that I made. I am just so happy and so inspired. And I hope that these things will inspire you guys too. They're all very quick projects. They don't take a long time to do. They don't use up a lot of yarn either. So I think that, yeah, you can get inspired just like I've been inspired. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the puzzle solution for the last video that included a puzzle. And this is what I came up with. And this is the puzzle for today. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching my videos, for leaving me a thumbs up, for leaving me kind comments. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of your prayers, your well wishes, and everything. I am still, trying to make it day by day. I do need the inspiration, and I want to thank you guys for providing a space for that. Okay. Thank you guys so, so very much. So that's all I have for today. I want each and every one of you to do everything you can to be mindful, do everything you can to be at your best health, and by all means, guys, be crafty every day. I look forward to seeing you again soon in my next video or one of yours. Stay tuned. Like I told you, I have quite a bit that I need to share with you. So I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Okay? Bye bye now.